Welcome to Venezuela Insider, the only place in Venezuela for expats, digital nomads, entrepreneurs, investors, travelers, and related internationals. For more information, venezuelainsider.com.
Today, a quick video is just food of thought, and this video is titled Venezuela Ain't the Philippines. And why I say this? Yeah, well, because many expats, internationals think that Venezuela is dirt cheap, or whatever might be the reason, whatever might be the case, that you could just come here to Venezuela with a couple of $100 and you're gonna be rich. That's not the case. If you're thinking that, think again. You got another thing coming here. Now, let's talk about the cliche experience that you have on the Philippines. Philippines, of course, a country in Asia Pacific, is an archipelago, is a country that is considered poor. The average Filipino citizen is, let's say, is not wealthy. The country is very cheap. Wages and salaries are very low, and people are very modest. And if you go over there to the Philippines with just a couple $100, you can have a great living. The food is very cheap. The clothing is very cheap. Basically, everything is very cheap over there in the Philippines. Never been there, so don't quote me on that. And also, you have these beautiful islands and beaches and such, where you just can rent a house on the beach for just a couple $100 a month and live like a king if you're an expat, an international. And also, the dating scene is gonna be very easy. You're playing on easy mode because you go there as a US citizen, a Canadian, a German, a Swiss, a Russian maybe. You go over there and because you're a blonde, beautiful guy, and you have your pension, your 401k, or whatever may be the case, you are considered rich and you have a lot of status, and many Filipino women are gonna be fighting to date you. That's kind of the cliche experience that you found on the Philippines. Now, that's the same experience on Venezuela? Hell no. I'm gonna explain why. If you heard something on the past about Venezuela, is about social turmoil, political stability, hyperinflation, migration, mass migration from Venezuelans all over the world, especially the US and Europe and such. So everything is bad. If you think Latin America is a poor place, a poor continent, so Venezuela has to be way poorer, and hence I'm gonna have an easy time over there because everything's gonna be cheap and all the people is gonna love me and all the women are gonna love me and gonna fight for dating me since I'm this special gringo coming here to this land. And that's not the case. And here's why. Venezuela has always been a rich country for Latin American standards. Actually, just a couple of days ago, Venezuela was top 10 regarding GDP per capita. So Venezuela, the average Venezuelan was richer than many people from Western Europe and the rest of Latin America, of course. And the average Venezuelan back then, especially in talking the middle class, it was able to travel all over the world, buying high-end important goods and services, also getting a great standard of living. Remember, Venezuela is an oil country, and Venezuela was able to export millions of barrels of crude oil. It's a member of the OPEC, and times were good. And every Venezuelan knows that remembers such times. So they don't have a poor people mindset. They have a status driven mindset. So the average Venezuelan likes good stuff. They like high-end scotch, whiskey, like brand new cars, the latest electronic device available, nice clothing, fancy dining, fancy travel, you name it. The Venezuelans still being poor like the good things in life and they don't settle with less. Of course, some people do, that depends case by case, but overall, Venezuelans remember how it's like to be a rich society. So they aspire to achieve such standards of living. So if you come here and let's say you are a frugal expat and you think just with a couple $100 you are going to impress people, that's not going to, you're going to be very disappointed. The other thing is now let's go with the dating scene. If you think you're going to impress a woman just by taking it to eat an ice cream or a cheap beer, she is not going to be impressed. The most beautiful women here in Venezuela are accustomed to be taken around to fancy dinner, high-end restaurants, also trips to Los Roques, that is the Venezuelan equivalent of the Maldives, so it's an expensive trip. Still a fraction of the price, cents on the dollar, compared to the Maldives, but it is a nice place overall. So if you think you're gonna just spending a couple $100, you're gonna be rich here, you're gonna buy properties and you're gonna buy land and you're gonna be considered high status. No, that's not gonna happen, and yet again, you're gonna be very disappointed. So that's why it's very important to understand what happened and how is the situation here in Venezuela before you start, taking this planning that I'm gonna come here just as a gringo with $200 and I'm gonna be king. Yeah, not gonna happen. So think again. Very important to develop a strategy, develop your skill set, develop your knowledge regarding Venezuela, and after that, yeah, the experience is gonna be very rewarding. But before that, if you come with the Filipino mindset, you're gonna start out poorly here in Venezuela.
Thank you for watching Venezuela Insider. Please like, share, and subscribe. Follow us on social media. If you want to work with us, VenezuelaInsider.com. Thanks again and have a nice day.